All right, what's going on, everybody? Exciting day. I'm excited for this because we are going to be making Citizen 4.0. This is 3.0. We're gonna start working on 4.0. We're gonna try to make this bike just a little bit faster if possible. It's a killer right now. It's defeated every bike it's matched easily, very easily. But there are a couple issues with the bike. Number one is I just cannot get traction on the front wheel. It's a 750 watt geared hub motor, so on a 35 amp controller. It gets like 1800 watts going to this. So off the line, it's just a really long continuous burnout. It has no traction. So we're gonna try to remedy that today with these. I'm putting on different tires. These are not V-Speedsters, these are Originate Captivators. Similar tread pattern though. I'm hoping this street slick will give it more traction on the pavement. So that's step one. We're gonna try to get some grip on the pavement with different tires. Step two is we're gonna try to lighten the rotating mass. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out the foam Tannis liners that are in here, try and lighten things up. These tires, they're a little bit thinner, so they're 3.5 inch wide instead of 4.0, so slightly smaller tires, they weigh less. And then also because I'm putting on smaller tires, we've got smaller tubes. So 3 to 3.0 or 3.0 to 3.5 tubes. So lighter tubes, lighter tires, no more liners. That should hopefully make everything lighter. I'm gonna weigh everything I take off and weigh everything I put on, see how much weight savings there is. So those are the first two steps. Better traction, hopefully, lighter weight, hopefully. And the third thing I'm very, very excited about. This bike runs dual controllers. I've got dual 35 amp controllers. There's one hiding right here, and there's one hiding right here. And they each run a separate wheel. And that's what makes this thing so powerful and why nothing can beat it, right? And I can't get traction on the front, so that doesn't need any more power. That's fine as it is. But the back, where I get all my traction and launch from, that can be more powerful. And we got one right here. This, hoping, is gonna be more powerful. A new controller for the rear wheel. It's the same identical controller as what's on there now. However, this one has had the shunt mod done to it. I have a friend, thank you Steve, who did the shunt mod on this controller and then shipped it to me. And I don't honestly really know how you do that, what it means exactly. What they tell me is that it's gonna just give you instantaneous torque and a harder pull off the line, maybe even more top end speed. And there is a chance that you could burn out the controller because you're not supposed to do that probably, but that's fine. If I burn this out, I'll just go back to the original controller I've got. So excited to see just exactly what this does and kind of report to you guys, let you know if you should do the shunt mod. I hear it's really easy to do. You just open this up and solder or unsolder something and it just frees up the controller for more power somehow. I don't know. I am not an expert in this stuff at all, but I'm willing to experiment and try stuff. So I'm gonna let you know how this works. We're gonna put this on as well. So the new tires, the new tubes, lighter weight, hopefully more traction, and the new controller should make this thing, I'm hoping, even more of an absolute beast. And we got a lot going on in the garage. Let me spin around for a sec. I've been a busy bee, so we're gonna do some updates today on Citizen and get that taken care of. I was working on the bike a little bit, put on some crash bars, also put on a MIV Swano aftermarket exhaust. Make that bike a little more fun. Sounds a little better too. We got bikes over here we're working on. Still working on video for the Havoc X2. Filmed a bunch of clips on that yesterday. This bike is crazy. Crazy amount of torquey power on this thing. Fabulous Havoc X2. Dual 750 motors, and it's a 60 volt system on this. So very crazy powerful. Sitting right beside it though is the Road Warrior. I just got this in the other day, just put it together. I might have like half a mile on this bike just to make sure it was in working order. It's not as torquey as the Havoc. Still a lot of power because you got dual 750 motors again and 60 volt battery system. Beautiful bike. It's in that crimson red again. They asked me which color I preferred, and after seeing the Havoc, I was like, I gotta have the crimson red. It's so cool looking. But we're working on this too. This will come out after Havoc is done. Those videos coming out shortly, but let's get back on the Citizen bike and get everything on this bike and see what happens. See if it gives me any more traction, makes it any quicker off the line. All right, time to get to work. Well, we got the back wheel off, all going smoothly so far. This bike is just absolutely filthy It's so gritty and grimy in there. It's actually good I'm taking it apart so I can actually thoroughly clean the thing. But just a quick note, when I'm taking tires and stuff and changing them, I just use 4x4 blocks like this, and I just lay the tire down there. That keeps you up off the ground so you're not damaging your plug, your motor plug, or your brake disc. So that's the easiest way I found to do it. And you might need some tire spoons if you've got a wire bead. I usually use folding beads. This is a folding bead, so I can just rip that tire off with my hands. But if you have a wire bead, you might want to get a little tire spoon, help you get it off. Now, people have asked me several times, what's the foam like when you take it out of the tires? How thin is it? It's definitely a lot thinner. I can feel the center of the tread here. It's probably, I'm gonna say, not even half as thick as it was going in. When you pump up the tube, it squishes the foam against the tire and it flattens it out. So you're supposed to run these at a lower tire pressure. That way the foam stays thicker. But yeah, it's definitely, you can feel it's squished down really flat. Now, as I let this thing sit in the garage, it'll probably expand back out and I can put it back in some other bike maybe. But yeah, it definitely gets a lot thinner once you put it in the tire and pump up the tube. So yep, I can attest to that. It's definitely a lot thinner than it was going in. It's not, I don't know how much puncture protection it'll give. I never got a flat with it. So all right, so one thing I had forgot, when I put the Tannis foam in, I actually put in smaller tubes to account for the room the foam was going to take up. So this bike already had the smaller tubes in it. In fact, they're really small. They were like 2.275 to 3.0, and I'm putting in 3.0 to 3.5 tubes. So I'm not saving any weight there. Here's the new one going in. It's 14.1 ounces, and the one I just took out is 11.7. I'm not saving any weight there, but we will save weight with the foam coming out and with the smaller tires going on. So I'll get you some numbers on that too. Not that that's going to make a huge difference, but hey, every little bit counts, right? Well, we're not looking good for weight savings here. Those Specialized Fast Track tires were really light. They weighed in at 1,100 grams. And here's the new one, the skinnier tire that's going on. And this one weighs in at 1,206. So the new tires, the smaller tires, are actually 100 grams heavier. The old tubes were lighter, the old tire was lighter. I'm going the wrong direction here. But I did weigh the Tannis foam and it was 513 grams. So it's gonna be, it'll be lighter, but not by any really significant amount. Let's keep going. There she is, Citizen 4.0. We got all the changes made. So we got our new tires, new tubes, the Tannis liners out. All said and done, it ended up being about 10 ounces lighter on each wheel. Not bad. I mean, if you did a different combination, you could get even lighter. I even factored in the new spoke skins into the weight. So, you know, half a pound we ditched off of each tire or each wheel. That's not bad. We got the new controller in place with the Shunt Mod, and I rode it over here to this neighborhood, and I can already tell it is much stronger. It's not as much stronger initially right off the line, but man, does this thing pull through the mid-range. Crazy. You can notice the difference. Yes, the Shunt Mod, absolutely, I can notice the difference. The rear motor just pulls so much stronger. I haven't even fully tested everything yet. We're out riding around testing now. I'm all geared up. I got gloves, I got my armored shirt, I got my helmet on because anytime I remove the wheels off this bike, I'm always, you know, making sure I don't want anything flying off or me wrecking. So we're all geared up and we're gonna test this thing. Wow, this bike is a killer. It is a killer. I can't. What do you think of the spoke skins? I ditched the wheel tape around the rims. It just didn't look right with these new tires. I gotta tell you, I don't know about the new tires. They're not really that much narrower. You can't really tell they're that much narrower. The tread pattern, I think it looks better with the knobbies on there, but I can tell the grip is better with these street tires. So hopefully that helps to launch. And let's just go for a quick ride here. Show you what we're working with. I get spun around here. But I mean, if I'm using only rear wheel, it's right when you hit about 15 miles an hour, it just pulls. You don't even need the front motor. It pulls so hard with the rear motor. It's crazy. Let me do a launch for you. We fixed a couple other things too. I fixed the front disc that was rubbing, it was all bent. But let's do a all-wheel drive launch. It used to be you would just get like 20 feet of wheel spin. The knobbies just couldn't catch, but watch this. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, it did a squealy burnout. Holy cow. Whew. Yeah, they catch. They definitely grip better. Mission accomplished there. These are grippier tires. I didn't get quite as bad of a burnout on it. And I bet you if I even like push on the pedal a little bit, it'd even help more. Let's try that. I'm gonna give it a little push on the pedal too. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I love it. Oh my God. This thing is, whew. Buddy, look out. I don't know what's gonna take this bike out. It's faster. It is faster. It grips better. It still spins, but you can hear it squealing. It's catching better. But that, yeah, I can feel it in the rear motor. The pull at 10 miles an hour plus. Now my pedal assist is only connected to the rear motor. It doesn't control the front motor at all. So when I'm pedaling like that, like this is just rear motor. And you can hear it pull, 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 pull. Crazy. Dang. Yeah, these are noticeable differences. Definitely noticeable differences. It's gonna be even quicker drag racing off the line, which I don't know what's gonna take this thing out. It was a killer before, but holy cow. Let's do that again. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my God. Oh, that is hilarious. Wow. A squealing burnout. I love it. Absolutely love it. Oh my God. Amazing. Amazing. Holy cow. This thing's strong. If you want the strongest bike, listen to that too. You hear that? You hear that? Absolutely nothing. These tires are so quiet. They are just completely silent. You can't hear anything. No humming or buzzing or roaring down the road. Totally silent. I like that. I mean, they're not really going to be an off-road tire. I'm not going to do a lot of like hill climbs and stuff with this, but I mean, really it's just been my, you know, that's how fast can I make an e-bike. So street tires are fine for that. Yeah, that rear motor, it pulls stronger. You notice the shunt mod. Yep, worth it. I would say if you're considering doing that, I'm going to research it now more and find out exactly what the heck it is, how you do it, and I might do it to some other controllers. Do I dare do it to the front one? I don't want to, like I said, I just now got better traction, so I don't want to mess that up. It launches hard. What a launch off this thing. And I ditched the wheel tape and I put the spokeskins on just to kind of differentiate the versions. You know, version 1 had white spokeskins on it and it was just a controller upgrade. Version 2 had the direct drive motor on the front, and then version 3.0 had the geared hub on the front, geared hub on the back. Now we're up to 4.0. Dude, I'm excited. I'm sorry, I'm excited. Oh man, wow. All right, what a killer. What a killer. Look out for this guy. Give me a Grizzly, find me a Grizzly. Who's got a Grizzly? And you live in North Carolina, find me. I wanna see what can happen here, because this thing is ridiculous. Wow. Woo. No more top end speed. Top end speed is still the same, but as far as pull off the line, definitely pulls harder. Definitely pulls harder. Shunt mod, good mod. We got to find out more about that and maybe do it. I might, now that I've got an extra controller floating around in the garage too, I might try to put it on some other bike. Maybe we'll try to get it onto like a Hemingway bike or something. I'll let you know how it goes as far as, you know, if I burn this controller down or anything. I'm gonna real quick do this because I'm sure you guys will probably ask me. This is the screen for the rear motor. I'm gonna turn it off and I'm gonna turn it back on, and I'm gonna show you my settings that I've got in here right now on it. So you hold up and down. There you go. So those are my rear motor. This is the Shunt Mod controller. This is what my settings are set at. Okay. Let's get back out of there. I'm going to do it to the front now too so you can see those. I have my front set a little bit different. So let's turn it off. And then we'll turn it on. The settings I have different are just, I have it set up for like slow start instead of just fast start off the line. And that's C5. I put it to 2 instead of 10. And that's supposed to kind of delay the power a little bit. But there you go. There's my front wheel settings. That's what we're working with. And this thing is an assassin. Wow. Let's do it again. I can't get enough of the squealy burnout. We're going to go downhill though, so it probably won't burn out. 3, 2, 1, go. More of a burnout. Yeah, really no more top end speed out of it. I think the next thing I could do to this, if we end up going to 5.0, is we're gonna have to change the motors. I need to get 1,000 watt motors in it, or 2,000 watt motors if I can figure that out, how to do that. The 750s, that's their peak. These are 37 miles an hour. They just can't spin faster than that. So I'm never gonna get probably more top end unless I go to like 60 volt on this. It's 52 volt on both motors right now. I don't know that I can get any quicker or any faster top end speed without changing the motors. It needs to have 1,000 watt motors in it, really. If I can get 1,000 watt motors on this thing, I mean, look out, holy cow. It's deadly right now, but there you go, friends. I hope you enjoyed that. I had a ton of fun doing this. Good Sunday project in the garage. I'll give you one final look at it. I think the spoke skins look cool as well. I like spoke skins. A lot of people don't like them. I think it looks kind of neat going down the road. The way I've got them set it up, it almost makes it look not like a mag wheel, but it just dresses it up. It gives it something different to look at as they flicker going down the road. But there you go. I'll link everything, of course. I'll link all the parts I used to build this monster. If you want to try to do something similar, do this at your own risk. This is not recommended. I mean, I'm doing stuff with these motors and controllers that you're not really probably supposed to do, and I haven't burned anything down yet. I've been wondering what's going to happen first. Am I going to melt a controller first, or am I going to melt a motor first? This poor motor in the back has been through a lot. I can kind of hear it on the launches. It's a little gritty kind of sounding, so I probably should have, while I had the wheel off, I probably should have opened it up and looked inside to see if there was enough like lithium grease in there, but I didn't. But anyway, that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Do me a favor, click subscribe if you're interested in this kind of stuff, and I will chat with y'all later. I'll give you one final launch. Open invitation to anyone living in North Carolina. If you've got a Grizzly or something powerful like that and you want to see how fast it is, email me and we can meet up. 3, 2, 1, go. Way better traction. Way better.